Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my fire family. How you doing? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I've come here to do a reading for the week ahead for you Sagittarius, and whether you get this reading today, tomorrow, or next week, it is always going to be for the week ahead. If you are someone who is brand spanking new and you've never been here before, welcome, welcome. And we like to be in the comments around here, some of us, so if you like to be in the comments, you're in the right spot. And so if you are the ride or die and you're the one who I'm always doing the bonus reads for, thank you so much for all your clicks and views, your subscriptions, and that you hit that bell button. Your thumbs up are appreciated. We are looking at 3 decks. First, Moonology. The next one is that it's Soul's Journey Oracle. And then we're looking at Amira's Coffee Cup Oracles. And we are going to get energy from all 3 of those. We're going to mix it up with tarot as I usually do. And we're going to find out what's coming up for you in the week ahead, Sagittarius. You are my Saggy tribe. I am your Sag sister. I have it in my rising. Let's find out what is going on with you. I got your energy literally right here. Sagittarius, let's find out what's going on for you. Tell me about Sag, please. We have a time to give rather than to take. It says new moon in Virgo. Virgos are very giving. They're very much centered around service. They've moved very slowly. They're sort of like the people at the party who will sit and watch everybody. They'll talk to you, of course, and it always depends on the moon and the rising. But Virgo is all about the details, right? And I know Virgos like this who, you sit in the backyard and they're the ones doting, bringing everything, the snacks and the drinks and all of that stuff. So we've got the Virgo energy. So it is a time to give rather than to take. All right. We've got step out of your comfort zone, the North Node. So the North Node is all about your purpose in life, right? It's time for you to get out there, figure out what the purpose is in life if you haven't figured it out yet, and step out of your comfort zone. It's the only way you're going to figure out what you want and what you like and what you want to do, right? All right. Let's pick one of these. All right, things are just all over the place. We've got love. Very interesting. So it says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Now it says a time to give rather than to take. So possibly it's time for to give more to whatever you love, my friend. It's time to love more, whether that's loving on yourself or loving on someone else, but it's time to be more focused on doing the things that you love, giving more of your energy to the things that you love. You commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, seeing love in all things. We do have fear. It says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. And these two kind of go together, right? So I feel like I'm speaking to a Sag who kind of has the fear of falling in love. That's what it feels like. Or the fear of, if I give rather than I take, is this person going to take me the wrong way? Maybe it's you're trying to be a friend, or you're trying to get somebody on your side for some reason. That's what it feels like this is. And like the side of love, I don't feel like you're manipulating or anything like that. It doesn't feel like it, Sag. One more card for Sagittarius, please. All right, we have the Anchor. It says stability and security. That's the red energy that we're seeing here. That's the base chakra, and that is stability and security. So I feel like that you're about to anchor yourself in the week ahead in some type of thing that you love. And I feel like you're going to give to it. I feel like you need to give to it more. And I feel like for some of you, what the love card is about is your purpose going forward. So I feel like maybe you've been fearful of stepping out of your comfort zone, and it's time for you to just anchor yourself and then go for it. That's what it feels like here. We have the scarab beetle, which is good because that's all about good luck. Scarab beetles can be ugly and terrible and horrifying, but if you don't like bugs, for sure, but they are transformative. And when they do show up, it's usually to tell you that something is about to transform. There is a change that is taking place, and it actually is a really auspicious omen to see or experience scarab bugs. All right, what are we going to use for tarot? Let's find out what's going on here. Let's find out what's going on for you, Sagittarius. So a time to give rather than to take. It says new moon in Virgo. Let's talk about it. What else do we need to know about a time to give rather than to take? What does Sag need to know, please? We've got, the Page of Cups. So maybe for some of you, you've met somebody new, and if you haven't, this possibly could happen in the week ahead. So I want to say that the reason it's saying a time to give rather than to take, I want to say move at it really slowly. Give what you feel that you should give to the connection. It does feel like new love. For me, when the Page of Cups shows up, it is new love. So it feels like there is a new connection coming into your life, one that you're not expecting, that is just gonna drop in on you here, because I feel like your heart chakra has opened. I don't know, I experienced something really weird around the full moon this time. I felt heart palpitations, and the thing is that I do have anxiety, but it was like a weird sort of brrr, like it felt like it went right up my chest, and it was the weirdest thing. It only happened once, and I'm healthy. I know that I'm healthy, and so it's not anything like that, but it feels like you have had a heart chakra that is opened, possibly over the full moon. Doesn't have to be, but it does feel like if you've opened your heart, oh, Madonna, yeah, open your heart to me, baby. What did she say? Open your heart to me. Something about you've got the lock. No, I've got the lock and you've got the key. Something like that. Open your heart to me. So it feels like you're about to open your heart to love. Like maybe you're going to commit to the practice of love here. Tell me about this. We do have the 10 of Cups. What's that? Holy smokes. Somebody might be asked to commit to something in the week ahead. Like for some of you, you could meet somebody new. You might just hit it off, and you might decide, that this commitment to love is maybe we've decided that we're not going to see other people. That maybe we go over the details, and I decide that I want to give you myself. Like I want to give you my time. I want to give you, but we're going to go slow, right? Virgo energy. We're going to go slow. We're going to go over the details and talk about things. But we do have, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And so I want to say that this heart chakra here is telling me that your heart is open to the 10 of Cups. We do have stability and security. Why is that here? I feel like you need to anchor yourself, make sure that you are stable and secure. And what does that mean? It means like, don't chase. You don't need to chase what is yours. What is yours will find you. So anchor yourself and be stable and secure, because I feel like something's up in the week ahead for you, my friend. That's what it feels like here. So this week ahead is covering the last couple days of April, and then we're going into May. We do have the Devil here. So I feel as though anchoring yourself scares you. It feels like you feel that if I anchor myself to someone and I get into this 10 of Cups situation in love, is it going to be codependency? There's somebody here who has experienced a lot of codependency in relationships, and I think that that's why maybe you haven't been open to giving, but I think that you are now, though. I feel like you are. We've got romance in the distance. Look at that. We've got the Knight of Cups. So the one who is like into grand displays of affection. What I want to say is this is not an energy that's going to charge at you, right? This is an energy that is slow and kind, and it's an energy of let's move toward it slowly. I want to say, please make sure that you are the person who is open-hearted or open to at least being in some sort of a romantic situation. I might not be talking about you. You might be someone who's decided that you're not into it. Take it as it resonates. For somebody, you might be deciding that it's just too heavy. Like every relationship I get into turns into the 10 of Wands. I end up carrying their burdens. They don't give me much. I give more of myself. And it says here, time to give rather than to take. I want to say that this is telling me that it's safe for you to give. Just don't get yourself into a position where you're carrying all of their burdens and they're not willing to carry some of yours. We do have the 5 of Pentacles. This tells me that I feel like you've been running from romance for a while. Like maybe you've been turning people down, or you've gotten off the apps and you're just kind of not into it. That's what it feels like, that you've been running away from it for a while. Tell me why we have the Page of Cups here. This new love is going to be very slow moving. You're going to feel comfortable giving, and I don't think you're going to have to ask anybody to give you anything. I feel like it's you're going to be giving, and this person's going to be giving right back to you. Tell me about the Page of Cups, please. Tell me about the Page of Cups for Sagittarius. We've got the Six of Swords, we've got the Moon, and we've got the King of Swords. It almost feels like somebody here, excuse me, it feels like somebody here decided it was time to cut away from the chaos. So I feel like I'm speaking to someone who has been healing from another situation, whether you left the job, decided to cut out a family member, or maybe it's a resolution to love. Maybe you decided that's the place you didn't want to be. But it feels like that you were very honest with somebody in the past about what you needed and what you weren't willing to accept. And it feels like it resulted in you getting in the boat with the Six Swords and saying, you know what, this is too chaotic. I got to go to the calm. The Moon energy is here. I feel like when you did break free that you didn't really want to. You couldn't really see what's coming up in the future. And the Moon energy is all about really not being able to distinguish or determine what's going on, because the darkness, right? It's not, the moon is not the light of the sun. The moon doesn't have its own illumination. It does depend on the sun for brightness, but things can be misconstrued. Things can be as though, they're not as they seem. And I want to say that for a long while, you may have sat in the Moon energy here, but it feels like with the King of Swords, somebody decided to stand up and say, look, I just got to be honest with you. You're not giving me enough. It's time for me to go to a place where I can give and not be worried that someone is just going to take and take. You could have been in a relationship with the Emperor, somebody who wasn't really taking action, somebody who was feeling as though they were the one on the throne and you should obey them and serve them. And maybe they are a person who is sort of egoic and, kind of on the high horse. And I feel like this person stopped putting energy into the relationship. And maybe it came to blows, like verbal blows. It feels like it came to a place where we stop talking. I throw down my swords and I go because we have too many fundamental differences. I feel like it was supposed to happen that way, I'm going to say. I feel like it's supposed to happen that way and I feel it took you a long time to get out of that thing in the past, whatever it was for you. It took you a long time to do that because of this Virgo energy, and you're such a giver and the kind of person who loves to love on people, and I feel like it got you into a place where somebody was taking you for granted, my friend. But I feel like the King of Swords energy is telling me that you could have been dealing with a King of Swords. You could have been dealing with an Aquarius. This is also Libra and Gemini because we're in a general reading. But you could have been dealing with someone who maybe was acting a little bit detached or aloof. Or maybe this is your energy. I know you're a fire sign. You don't have to have swords energy, but the King of Swords shows up when we really have to make a head over heart decision. It's time to stop hanging out here because I don't understand it anymore. I don't understand the truth of the situation. So I feel like it was supposed to happen. You were supposed to wield the sword of truth and cut somebody out because the Ten of Cups is here with the Love card. So we've got the Three of Pentacles, we've got the Ten of Wands, and we've got the Seven of Swords. I feel like there is somebody here who possibly is someone that you already know. The Seven of Swords is about things that are under the surface. It's very interesting the way it's showing up here on the table because we've got the person on the Seven of Swords looking at the card of love. So it feels like somebody here has been hiding their feelings. So I don't know if it's you that's been hiding the feelings or if somebody else has hidden their feelings from you. But we do have the Three of Pentacles, which tells me that you know this person in the Pentacle world. You're either friends or friend of a friend. Maybe you work with them, but it's a partnership, right? This is not romantic. This is something that, it might be transactional, right? You do some work for me, I do some work for you. Like maybe you're a lawyer and this person is somebody, this is the lawyer to me. Maybe you're a lawyer and this is somebody who maybe delivers packages or files to you every week or something like that. It's someone that you know because of the Pentacle world. We do have the Ten of Wands, and I think what's becoming really heavy here is that you have not said anything about how you feel. It feels like with the Ten of Wands that you are dropping the burdens from the past. I feel like you're not taking them into this new relationship, but I feel like you're going to keep your feelings under the surface and you're not really going to tell this person until which time they maybe acknowledge that there are some feelings going on here. Tell me about the card of love, please. We have the Five of Cups, we have the Six of Wands, and then we have the High Priestess. I feel like the reason we're not talking about it here, and I feel like this is someone that you know, that you already know, but the reason we're not talking about it is because one of you here, somebody here is still in heartbreak and sadness about what went on back there. It could be you, maybe you're just not ready for it, so you're just keeping your feelings concealed or under the surface here. The Six of Wands tells me that you are almost there, my friend. It's almost time to step over the threshold of the sadness that you've been feeling from letting this go in the past. The High Priestess is you and your intuition. It is your psychic intuition, but it's also, being very mysterious. It's kind of it feels like whatever connection you have with this person, it's like both of you know that there is something more than friendship here, but nobody is saying anything. It seems like it is something we're feeling, but it's not something that we're talking about. So I feel like something could come to fruition in the week ahead where something is acknowledged. And we do have the anchor here, which says stability and security. I feel like you've been in fear in the past because you've been in things that didn't work out, but this anchor here, I feel like you need to anchor yourself. And it's because the devil is here. Not every relationship you get into, Sag, is going to end up codependent unless you are. Maybe I'm talking to you and you're the person who can't be out of their sight. Maybe you just can't stop texting them or can't be out of their sight. Codependency is, I want to see you now, every day. Let's go out. Come to my house. Like it feels like it's an obsessive thing. So I want to say that you're going to anchor yourself, or that you should, before you get into another relationship. Please make sure that you have anchored yourself in terms of romance, that you're not codependent, and that you are someone who's not like in this obsessive thought loop about this person. Tell me more about the devil, please. The devil is Capricorn energy. We also have Pisces and Cancer here. We have more Pisces energy with the High Priestess. Tell me about the devil. We do have the Four of Cups. We do have the Six of Pentacles. And we have the Five of Wands. Yeah, it feels to me like you're really hesitating to get into another relationship, possibly. It feels like, you're not into like all of the competition that it brings. And, the thing is that when you're single for a really long time, it's kind of dangerous because you kind of like your alone time. You're not into the gameplay, the wondering, are they going to text today? Am I going to see them? Are they out with somebody else? Like, it feels like somebody here is hesitating to get the reciprocity because of the Four of Cups. It feels like somebody here has been at this game before. I want to say it's boring already. It's boring you. I feel like you're the one that's not going to be reaching out first. You're not going to tell them about your feelings first, this person that we're talking about here. I feel like there is some romantic feelings, though, that are weighing heavy on you. It does feel like this old game, though, of this obsessive thinking or the fear of it. It feels like the dating game is what you're kind of over. You're bored with it. What you want is reciprocity. And I think you're going to hold out for it because you're anchoring yourself to stability and security. You're like, you know who you are. You've got your worth. So I think you're going to wait for it to come to you, to be honest. I don't think you're going to chase it. There is love in the future, my friend. There is. We do have the Temperance card, which is the moment of alchemy. You go from confusion to the Temperance card. That is your energy, right? Sagittarius energy. You go from the confusion or the illusion to the moment of alchemy where you realize that there really is some love to be celebrated here. I think that that's what's coming up in the week ahead for you, my friend. I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. See you, Sag. Bye-bye.